Hey guys, I'm Jeffrey and this is AutoAlchemy, and as you guys know, I am an ENTP. Or maybe you don't know that, maybe you've never seen my channel before, in which case, welcome to my humble abode. Actually, it's a new abode. I haven't released a video in a while because I've been in the process of moving and then acclimating to a new space. Anyway, so yeah, if you don't know my content, welcome to the channel. Feel free to hit subscribe if you want to. I've got some weird stuff coming, some really weird stuff coming, so you're not going to want to miss that. And then of course I have more typology wraps that are in the pipeline and they will be here before you know it. Anyway, whenever I've been gone for a while, I kind of like to ease back into the generation of content, doing something kind of low-key and fun, and today we're going to be taking the, I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly, we're going to be taking the Szondi projective personality test. Now before I actually take the test, I just want to say a few words about what it means for something to be a projective personality test. And now keep in mind that I have no formal education in psychology. This is just kind of what I have accumulated from looking at Wikipedia and surfing the web as I do. My understanding is that a projective personality test is contrasted with an objective personality test, and to my surprise, something that counts as an objective personality test is actually the typology self-reporting type tests that you and I have seen out there on the internet. It's the kind of thing that you see on 16 Personalities where you're rating yourself according to various continuums, and these are actually counted as objective tests because assuming that you have the appropriate amount of self-insight and assuming you're answering honestly, the researcher or the person gathering data through the test isn't actually able to influence the test too much. Now, I don't know if that's technically true because you could definitely influence a test by the way that you've framed the questions and the way that you sprinkle in certain questions compared to others, like what are the ratios there, but I'm definitely getting off track, so we're going to skip all of the meandering. I say that we're going to skip the meandering, but we're already mid-meander, and so to skip this lower level meandering, we're just going to break out into this fractal of higher level meandering. Oh my god, I'm sick of myself. But yeah, so theoretically in an objective personality test, the researcher or the person gathering data is not directly influencing the results of that data gathering. Whereas with a projective personality test, first of all, these are tests where there's some sort of ambiguous stimulus that's being presented to the subject, and the subject is allegedly looking at that stimulus and then projecting something of their own psychology, something of their own unconscious into that stimulus to come to an interpretation of that. And then the person administering the test takes that little interpretive dance another step further by saying, hey, when you looked at this particular ink blot and you projected X, Y, and Z into it, what that tells me is that you're narcissistic, or that you have an Oedipal complex, or you have a Napoleon complex. By the way, I've actually taken a Rorschach ink blot test on this channel. You can find the link up here if I have not gotten my directions mixed up once again. Anyway, there's the preamble. Why don't we take a look at the test? And hey, if you guys want to follow along at home, please let me know what your particular neuroses are. I don't know if this is actually testing our neuroses, but we will see. So it seems like the way this is supposed to work is I'm going to be looking at different photographs of mentally ill people, and I'm going to select some of them that I like, I guess, and then I will reject others, and then somehow after this process of swiping right, swiping left, super liking, and then eventually it will tell me something about the 8 drive needs. Also, keep in mind this is just for fun. As you can see here, it's not really commonly used in clinical psychology anymore. Now that doesn't mean that it's bad. I do think that this process of projection is one of the more interesting psychological tools available, but yeah, it requires interpretation, so tread cautiously, don't take it too seriously. But if you want to think about it, if it gets some ideas percolating, feel free to self-reflect. Did you need my permission to do that? So, instructions. you will see 6 series of photographs with 8 portraits each. Please have a good look at them. Choose the 2 images you prefer most, that you find the most attractive. If this is difficult to do, then select those you dislike the least. Okay. Then you will need to select the 2 most unflattering portraits, the most unpleasant. So I'm going to do this process 6 times. I'm going to pick 2 and then pick 2. So we got 4. I'm going to have 24 selections by the end of the day. Hopefully it doesn't take me that long. Alright, so show me what you're working with. I think this is going to be a little bit difficult. I'll say I don't find any of them particularly attractive, but I do find myself gravitating towards, damn, this guy? He just seems like a normal guy. He seems like a kind guy. So hopefully he is not some sort of psychological monster. And then, maybe this guy? I don't know, he kind of looks like that one dude who played the Green Goblin in the first Spider-Man movie, who is not particularly attractive, but there's just something kind of chiseled about him. I guess I'm going to pick him. Unflattering is going to be a little bit easier, I think. This person really freaks me out. There's some like evil delight in their eyes. Secondly, there's something very unsettling about this lady, so I'm going to click her. Alright, I'm going to try to do less commentary because it's going to be a lot of commentary if I don't. This person kind of looks like Draco Malfoy a little bit. I know no one's going to see that, but there's something about the arrogance in the eyes. And as far as I know, some chicks dig Draco, so we're going to go that direction as well. Okay, I think this guy, he's got a gentle giant nature, I think. As for unflattering, I'm going to say this person right here. And then probably this guy. He looks a little sketchy. He reminds me a little bit of Uncle Nick from the Disney Channel original classic. What was it called? Uncle Nick? Played by Bryan Cranston. He had an electric guitar. It was pretty awesome. As a kid, I really liked that movie. Man, I'm really all over the place today, but that's okay. I haven't done a video in a while. And yeah, he had this red guitar, and he was just like getting it all the time, like. Alright, attractive. I guess I would say this guy has sort of a boyish charm to him. This is all relative, obviously. And then this guy kind of looks like a blue-collar James Franco, so why not? Unflattering, we're clearly going to have to go with Brooklyn Nine-Nine over here. And then this dude who could just like put his head through a brick wall. Alright, we are moving along, thankfully. Actually, this whole set of people is looking a little more attractive to me. It's going to be hard to pick an attractive one now. I'm actually liking this look. We're going to pick slightly frazzled Orlando Bloom. Unflattering. I mean, this guy is a vibe. This guy is probably Szondi, the dude who created the test. He just looks like some kind of old school psychoanalyst, and it makes me a little uneasy because it's like, why are you so invested in the dark side of humanity? And then this kid, he's really rubbing me the wrong way. He looks like he's going to tell his father about this. Alright, attractive. So probably this guy. I'm not even going to try to explain it. And then this mild-mannered bloke. Okay, so unflattering. Well, clearly this guy rubbed me the wrong way early on in a way that haunted me quite a bit. And then the guy whose face is basically a gigantic thumb, he's scaring me the most. Like, he could just snuff you out. This guy, something a little bit off, but of the choices. And then there's something I like about this guy as well. There's a kindness there. Unflattering, for sure, this person. And then I'm not really trusting this person either. Alright, so we finally made it to the results. Let's see what this test has to say about me, and then I'm going to quickly just hop on Zoom and talk to my therapist to make sure there's not anything that, not any follow-up required, you know what I mean? So my dominant factor here is femininity / masculinity. These are both falling under the sexual drive, and apparently I scored an 83% in both of these categories. No clue what it means, but that's what happened. So we got a little breakdown here. On the feminine side, sensitive to nervous activity, introverted, melancholic, impressionable, shy, hurt easily, sentimental, etc., etc., self-sacrificing, you can't say no, prone to social activity and volunteering. I am definitely not prone to volunteering. This is something that I do not like about myself. I wish that I were a little more giving of my time, of my energy, of my attention. Just always struggled. I've always been like, yeah, somebody else is going to fill that void, and they're going to fill it with a little more enthusiasm than I will. So why would I even rob them of that opportunity? Apparently, with this amount of femininity to my character, I might be into medical practice, I might have a strong passion for music, play the clip from before, interest in literature, teaching, culture, and humanism. Yeah, I think some of those things apply to some moderate degree. Missionary activity, nah, well. So that's my femininity, and I mean, I guess I can't really argue with it, but only because it's so vague and all-encompassing that it could have applied to any Joe off the street. All right, masculinity, determination, toughness, enterprise, leadership, realistic vision, self-confidence, independence, so on and so forth. What's weird is that I got an 83 in both of these categories, and you would think that these categories are directly in conflict with each other, and in fact, one of them says that I'm inclined to volunteer. This one here, under masculinity, it says that I don't really have concern about the feelings of other people, and all these professions are just more stereotypically, archetypally masculine professions: firefighter, police person, military, etc. Predisposition to sadism, antisocial behavior, rock on. So that was that, and then there are 3 other drives. Let's see. The paroxysmal drive describes the area of emotional control. Man, I wish that there were breakdowns for these. The schizophrenic drive indicates the structure and degree of rigidity or fluidity of the ego. And then the contact drive, which is all about our contact with reality. Middle of the road with depression. What can I say? That's definitely true. I have my ups and my downs, and you surf the waves. Maybe I can do a little research here. Paroxysmal. When in doubt, wiki it out. Instead of trying to make sense of this horribly organized Wikipedia page, I'm going to turn the keys over to you guys. Like I said, take the test yourself and let me know how you scored. If you want to copy and paste some of the information from your results down below, it would be greatly appreciated, because, like I said, it's not giving me a lot to work with over here. Here's a fun fact. It has been rated by mental health professionals as one of the top 5 most discredited psychological tests. So, hard to compete with that, am I right? Alright, but seriously, thank you guys for liking, commenting, and subscribing. I will catch you guys next time. Adios. Alright, so, airplane overhead. It's always a good sign. Hey guys, look at this COVID mask. Every time I do it makes me laugh. I'm gonna put it right on my face. Actually, maybe I won't.